amazing human beings coming together for one sole purpose to talk about the power of surrender, the power that can happen in your life when you actually step out and let God step in.
I'm here.
There you are. Hello. Hello,
Hello.
beautiful. Oh
Hello.
my gosh. So we're just going to dig right in with you because I know your journey and you're like in it. Like you're in it right now. And so this is a prime example of where I wanted to make sure that people know like you don't show up because everything's perfect. You don't show up because everything is going great. You don't show up because you like feel fabulous. You show up because God's just carrying you through, period. So why don't you tell people where you're tuning in from, and then we'll get into some things.
Well, I'm Kathy Mincer, and I am tuning in from the Finger Lakes in New York. It's just all country here. I have 3 children, all grown, and 5 grown grandchildren. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just one of my grandchildren are very, very close to me, and he's helped me through my storm. So it's a blessing.
I love that. So we can we can come at this from a couple different places, and I'll let you guide from wherever God is telling you that your surrender moment is. Now, I am a really big fan and cheerleader of the fact that you have beat sobriety, that you overcame alcohol addiction, and you're here to tell about it. And I think, your little angel, I think brought us a connection there, but you're also going through something right now. So I want you to share what you feel your message is to the listener today.
Well, and Elena talks about the angel. That's our little secret. October 1st, 2011, I found myself lying in a hospital bed due to my own doing, alcohol and drugs. And an older man was outside my room. I didn't know who he was. And he was holding the AA book. So I was like, okay, God, I got it. I got your sign. So I spent 3 days in the hospital and went home and just started journaling. And my husband was already on this journey, so he sent some women to me, and I just did the journey. Was it easy? No. I had a God box because people put bets on me, and their names just kept going in the God box, and I just kept going one day at a time, and I did the 12 steps and all that I was supposed to do. And through that journey, I found natural things. I started using essential oils and other natural products to help me with emotions or struggles, all my feelings, and so we did that. And
So I want to share a little bit because because I just think it's God's uh blessing. So what people can believe what they want in all of this, but I have to share this piece because when Kathy and I got to know each other and she talked about her sobriety journey and ending up in the hospital, drugs, alcohol, all of it. And when she said October 1st, 2011, there was a man that she called her angel. Um, and I said, Kathy, I said, October 1st, 2011 was the day my dad died, and he was an alcoholic. And to me, I feel that Kathy and I didn't know each other, but I feel that God knew we would someday. And I feel that for whatever reason, I just feel my dad's spirit that suffered alcoholism, that alcoholism breaks families apart. It affects people that aren't even the alcoholics, right? And I just feel that my dad knew this woman needs help, and I'm going to be there to do something good with my disease that ultimately took his life. So, yeah, I just had to share that.
I got chills. Yeah, because I remember when I shared it and your sister was on, she's like, Elena, do you hear that date? You know? So, so at that, when I first started my sobriety, we were separated because of stuff. And but we did get back together. We started our journey together. We rebuilt our life. We actually got remarried at the founder's home of AA in Vermont. And we just built a life. For 4 years. We had a vision board and we worked our butts off because we knew the dream home we wanted. Well, I'm sitting in that dream home right now. We worked hard and we just built it up. And I don't know. Something happened. I mean, we've been here, April will be 6 years. So it's pretty new, but we are able to pay it off. We were able to pay it off, and we wouldn't have it if it weren't for one of my clients, because we couldn't get a regular mortgage because it was a hunting cabin. But it sits in the middle of 5 acres in the middle of the woods, and it just was us. Well, we kept going, and probably, I don't even know when, but he just was always working, never wanting to take a day off and be with me. And he still did his AA thing, but his life, that's all it was. And I don't go no more. I know my spiritual. I have my God. I have my essential oils I use to help me, my spiritual and all that. I didn't need to go because when you go in those rooms, it's like, hi, I'm Kathy. I'm an alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic no more. I'm on a journey of sobriety. So it just got weird. And here's another thing Elena and I have in common. It just got weird, and Christmas Eve, we were having our dinner, and he announced to me he had a girlfriend. And up the door he went on Christmas Eve. I just sat there, I'm like, I don't know what happened, what just happened. And I tried not to break down on this, but
That's what this is. This is God's platform right now. So
for 3 days I was just sitting here. It's in the middle of the winter. He always did the wood, and now I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta do the wood. I gotta worry about the plowing, and this is a home that needs to be taken care of. And he just walked away. And so I called my grandson, the one that is named after my husband, my little Matthew man. He's 21, but I says, you know how to run Papa's 4-wheeler. I says, I need to get the wood closer to the house for me because I don't know how to run that thing. So my daughter brought him over, and me and my daughter have been distant for about 2 years. So I was really aback when I saw her pull in with him. And she's like, why does my son need to help you? And I told her. And we come in the house, and I says, you can tell Matthew. And he just shook his head. He didn't know that's his papa. He just didn't know what to say. So I called him, called my daughter later. I'm like, how's Matthew? And she says, the only thing he said to me was, I don't want my Nana to start drinking again over this. I have not picked up a drink. I praise God. That will not solve a thing. I'm not to where it could have very easily. And he came back 3 days later like nothing happened. He says, I want to be roommates and still see my girlfriend. And I'm like,
You're like, yeah, I don't think that's gonna
and
work
in
for
the
me.
meantime, I'm finding out things. And this woman, he left me for drinks. I'm like, it's been heartbreaking. I've had such a community. I have friends who sold us the house. They're friends of mine who sold me the house. And I called him and says, I need an appraisal. I'm just a mess. I don't even know what I was doing, but they plow my driveway so I can get out, and
So
just
this is like a prime example of and this is what this is all about. When we talk about life, it just never stops, right? It's minute by minute, it's going. That's life. The fairness, the unfairness, like that's just all like a part of it. And so this is the beauty of being in the moment of surrender. And also this is the beauty of the environment that I like to create when I say we are all in a hot mess, like we're all in it. And so thank you for being vulnerable and sharing the space that you're actually in right now. You haven't like the strength that you are showing and the way that we've been able to support and reach out and connect is beautiful, but you're still going through it. And yet you have released that surrender to your God
yeah.
to just get you through.
Mhm. Yeah, it's still a battle. He says I'm living here rent free. You don't want to help with anything. And I'm just like, holy, I just thank God every day for the community. That's I'm not one to ask for help. But I needed help. I needed help. I sat here for 2 days because I'm not going to bother people on Christmas, you know? So
Wow.
I
And
did.
Margie says, holding space for you, Kathy, sending you more love and strength than I can describe. And Denise says, thank you for keeping faith alive, Kathy. And you've just got all kinds of people sending strength and love. And you know, that that place of fear that your grandson, he didn't want you to pick up a drink, right? That's the trauma, that's the fear, like um that that disease can that disease can bring. And so that part of it, to just see that piece in you that, yeah, that's not even, I love how you said, because I'm not an alcoholic anymore. I'm on a journey of sobriety. And so many people, I'm sure, wrote that down or that was a nugget, because I don't think I've ever heard that being said that way. And it's beautiful.
Well, there's actually, and I've been researching, so if anyone can help me out, there is a verse. I heard it in the Bible. It says, God will forgive your sins. Quit, do not continue to label yourself with your past or something like that. It was about labeling yourself. I don't label myself as that.
Yeah.
I label myself, I may not show it now, but strong, healthy. I work, I can take care of me, and with my community. That's who I am.
Yep. 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 The labels, you know, take it off and put on one that you want.
Putting on my armor.
There you go. There you go. I thank you so much for being here and being a part of this and sharing with us and receiving all the love and light that is pouring into you from everyone here today.
Thank you. Thank you.